Today, we're gonna go over how to start budgeting the easy and quick way. Hi there, I'm Isa and welcome back to our Beats and Bobs. In this channel, we share all of our learnings and mistakes, resources and tools that we use throughout our financial freedom journey. Today, we'll be going through how to start budgeting. Which steps should you take to start budgeting in a quick and easy way? Let's get started. Step number 1. Calculate your monthly income. This first step should be straightforward enough. All you have to do is understand how much do you receive per month, either be from your employer or even from your side hustles. Write it down, how much comes in every month. Step number 2, add up all of your monthly expenses. Let's go over to my spreadsheet. I'll quickly show you how I did this for our family. I created a spreadsheet so my family and I can track how we're doing on our financial freedom journey. One of the tabs is this one, which I call it cost of living. It goes through all of the costs we have on a monthly basis. This is only taking into account necessary expenses. I don't add in here all the costs we have with entertainment, leisure, and whatnot. It just takes in how much money we need to survive in our current lifestyle. So if you see here, it's a bit messy because we added in as we thought of things. And this is how it should be if you want to do this quick and easy. You shouldn't be trying to organize everything to the last detail in alphabetical order and whatnot. So basically, as we went through our bank statements and we thought of other things that we pay for in a monthly basis, we added in either the value per month or the value per year in the frequency that we pay. We also have a tab for historical owners simply because we used to not have a joint account. So this way we knew who was paying what before we combined our money. We also have here current source. So basically which bank account is coming out of and what is the status in 2021. So basically some of these expenses are paid on a yearly basis, meaning that once we've paid that off, we're done for the year. So we want to mark it here once that happens. I also have here expected completion month. So I know, for example, that in March, I won't have to pay for our trash service anymore. Alright, so the exercise you have to do here, like I was saying, is simply go through your bank statements, think of things you pay on a monthly basis, and add all the values in. Something else we did here as well was think of future risks for next year, right? Things that might come up that we're currently not paying for. So for example, we are considering changing our mortgage contracts. Right now, we are in a 2-year fixed rate, and that's going to expire April next year. We're thinking of not only renegotiating our interest rate, but also changing the period of the mortgage because we want to have a more beneficial split between how much we pay in interest and how much we pay in principal. I'll be making a mortgage video in the future so I can explain the details of this decision. Another future risk that we accounted for here was Farah. Farah is actually our future dog. We currently have one dog and we intend to have a second dog sometime in the future. We don't know if that's happening next year or not. We're still considering it, but because it might happen, we have added here how much it would cost us to have a second dog. Another thing we're taking into account is our lives going back to normal. So basically this year we ended up saving a lot of money by not having to pay for dog walker, for example. So if our life goes back to normal, it means you have to pay for dog walker for 2 dogs instead of just 1. So we need to take that into consideration. Additionally, you might also add a security blanket as you might be forgetting something or something new might come up that you actually didn't include into the future risks. Step number 3. Decide what percentage of your money should go into your Pay Yourself First fund. Okay, now you know how much you earn and how much you need to survive. So now you need to decide how much of your money you should be putting into savings, investments, growing an emergency fund, or paying high interest rate debt. Side note, the order should be pay high interest rate debt first, grow your emergency fund, then start investing. What most of the books I read so far recommend is to put away at least 20% of your income into your Pay Yourself First fund. This is what my family has decided to do, and we have a standing order that automatically transfers 20% of our income every month into our savings account and our broker account. Step number 4, figure out what to do with the leftovers by understanding what are your family's priorities. For us, we decided that our main priority is to continue saving and investing. So my partner and I, we decided that we would set up sub-salaries for us, where we would take a small percentage of our income and give it to ourselves as pocket money that we could do whatever we want with. For example, buy coffee, go out for dinner, have some drinks, go to the cinema. when things go back to normal. And whatever is left over from the leftover, we just put it back into the savings account. But for your family, it might be different. Maybe you guys are saving up to buy a new car. Maybe you're saving up to put a deposit down in your house. Or maybe you really enjoy going out for dinners. So you want to make sure you put some money aside for that. Some people actually like to go into detail and setting up how much money is going into entertainment, how much money is going into going out for food, how much money is going out for drinks, and all of that. So my partner and I actually prefer not to take our budgeting exercise to that level of granularity. We like to keep things simple, quick, and easy. To do that, all we track is, well, how much was our income, how much was our expenses, minus our pay yourself first fund, then whatever is left over, we see as a family what we want to be spending on. Let me quickly show you how our tracking tab looks like. As you can see here, I already created all the cells for 2021 ahead of time and inputted all the formulas, so I don't have to worry about it later on. All I have to do is add in the numbers. Here at the top we have our income. So what we do is we add our net pay slip, mine and John's, my partner's, and then we add any other income we had for that month. For example, for December, we sold an old sofa we had in the house, and I did a couple of online surveys. Moving on to the next section, investments. So this is part of our pay yourself first fund. The only thing we're doing here is pretty much splitting up where the money went, so we get a better idea of our portfolio moving forward. So we have here ETFs, which is our current main strategy for investing. We have shares, P2P, crypto, and then we have our pensions. The reason why we keep pensions separate is because this is paid pre-tax via our companies. And we also have a cell in there for if there was any other type of investments we did that month that differ from the ones we already agree we'll be doing. Then the next section is cost. How much does it cost us to survive in our current lifestyle? So this is pretty much all the things I showed you before, the list of cost of living that we had before. I just pretty much copy pasted them in there, and I'll add in here the costs as we pay them off each month. The reason I don't pre-fill this is, like I said before as well, some of these are yearly costs, some of these are monthly, some are even bi-monthly. So although we calculated the average cost per month, our actual costs per month are going to vary quite a bit. By the end of it, we have the section for leftovers. That's pretty much what I was saying, right? How much did we bring home that month? How much did we put away for our pay yourself first fund? And then how much did we put away for paying for our expenses? Was there any left over this month? Some months there will be leftover, some months there will not be any leftover, maybe even going to be in the negative. It's all going to balance out by the end of the year because we calculated everything in advance, so we kind of know how it's going to look like. So finally, take into consideration all of the money we saved, all the money we invested, and all the money we used to pay for expenses. We're going to have our savings rate here. As you can see, it's giving a number. I actually have most of the numbers for December in there already, but I have made them white so you guys cannot see. But spoiler alert, I do think the savings percentage is going to go down a bit, but so far we're doing really well. All right, your final step number 5, is get into the habit of budgeting. This is going to take a while. It's taking me a while for sure. Keeping a spreadsheet up to date is no easy task. What I've done for myself is to pre-book a time by the end of each month in my own calendar where I know I'll be spending about 30 minutes just going through bank statements and going through our broker statements and whatnot and just inputting all of the numbers into this tracker. My hope is that with time I'll become so efficient at this, will be no trouble whatsoever, and I'll actually start enjoying doing it. I hope. Alright guys, this is it. This is a strategy we've been using to keep our budgeting very simple, quick and easy. We didn't want to go into too much detail, but we wanted to make sure that we are tracking the right numbers and we are getting an overview of what we're doing and the results we're getting from those efforts. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want more content like this, please subscribe and hit the like button. I really appreciate if you do so. Thank you so much. See you next time.